Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. As you guys can see, I have a lot of stuff out right now. Um, I went through all of my flat cars, tore off the stuff that I didn't want on there, and I can actually show you guys over here because I have quite a few sitting out. Um, so these cars come with glued on deck risers for the wheels to clear the hitches. So those are a huge pain to pull off. And especially if you wanted to save them, I wasn't concerned about saving them, but they do receive a lot of damage as you're pulling them off. Trying to salvage the car as much as possible, not bite down into the deck at all, make it nice and smooth. Eventually I will come back with some modeling putty, fill in these holes, refile everything down, and that'll take care of those spots. But you guys can see I have all of that hitch equipment off of there. Another thing I went and did with every car was I straightened out the cross plates. They were kind of out at an angle, and I don't really like how they look like that. So I tried to straighten them up and basically break every single one of them off because they were hard mounted. Break them all off, re-glue them in a new position. That took some time. Each car got brand new couplers, new metal couplers. So from a ready to roll standpoint, these are ready to roll. Of course, they need paint, decal work, and a few other things, but just for getting some equipment on them, they're pretty good to go. As you guys can see, I have some pretty awesome stuff out right now. I decided to take a little break from building stuff just to kind of get my trailer trains figured out. And now when I say trailer train, that's exactly what it is. Yes, it is trailers on a train, but there's a trailer train that goes on the train full of trailers, if that doesn't confuse you. So at the start of these trailer trains, there's always a truck with one or two pups, something that has air brakes on them. And then they'll pull up on the ramp car. If you guys have, there are videos of this train loading. So if you don't want to deal with me explaining it to you, or if you want to watch it after I explain it to you, there are videos of this train loading. But they would basically pull the last trailer right to the end of the ramps on the ramp car, and then a tractor would bring another trailer up. They would hook a wire to it or push from behind using the dolly, hooking it up to this trailer. Then the whole thing would advance forward to the next spot, hook up another trailer, advance it again, hook up another trailer, advance it again, so on and so forth. And then now of course there are trailers that can be hooked to from behind and trailers that can't. I call those enders, just my own term. So like something that pretty much caps off the trailer train, like the Thunderbolt Tubbs trailer, the Ferris wheel Tubbs trailer. That trailer is just a spot filler right now. That's actually going to be the mini Himalaya. That is going to be the Fire Chief. So that's just a spot warmer right now. And then you guys can see my top spin tub trailer in the back. Those are all trailers that cannot be hooked to from behind, so they basically try to cap off the ends of the trailer train or end the trailer train with those trailers. Sometimes in the past there has been trailer trains that just ended with trailers that could still be hooked to for whatever reason, if they had equipment that needed to be in other spots on the train, or if they were just out of trailers for that particular train. Most of it consists of generators. You guys can see I've got two generators there, two generators there, two generators there, and of course these are paint matched pups. A couple of bunk pups that are paint matched, and then a mix match set of generators. And then kind of back underneath where it's kind of hard to see, I have my top spin generator as its own little starter. So so all the starters, and then all the enders, and then everything in between. So basically just wanted to, since I now have better cars, I love these cars already. The gunnels on the sides here. When I say the gunnels, I'm referring to these protective sidewalls that keep stuff from falling off. Those are fantastic. Like I talked about in my last video, my old cars didn't have that. They were not the right type of cars. They were supposed to have... The train itself is supposed to have cars with gunnels. Those cars did not have gunnels. That was, like I talked about in the last video, that was something that I wanted to upgrade for a long time now, and finally did, so. Still have to paint and decal all of these. I do have the decals for these cars. Circus City Decals makes the decals for my era of the train, the blue painted cars. If you're wanting to do the train in an older color, they don't have those decals, but they do custom make decals, so you can have them made. And I'm actually going to be reaching out to them in the future for making some of the show decals that are supposed to go on some of these plates. The show offices that need the big murals on the sides. That's all stuff that I can't do on my own. So definitely be reaching out to them for some help. But it's cool that they offer that service. I heard it's not cheap, but this whole project has not been cheap. And I'm willing to put whatever money out I have to get this project looking good and eventually finished. So yeah, we have 6 trailer trains in total. This is only about half of the train. The rest of the train is going to be solo rides, like main loads on trucks, kiddie rides, and like crane, forklift, some of the service trucks that haul kiddie rides. So a lot of other bits and pieces to the train. These just make up kind of the big bulk of the equipment, though. You know, just very large group of various trailers that can be turned into a trailer train. And you guys will notice that only 2 of the trailer trains are 3 cars long. The rest of them are all 4 cars long. I kind of based this, so kind of back up a little bit here. So when I actually have this train done and it's all hooked up and ready to pull, there's an order of equipment that I want for that. Now, of course, with me not gluing any of these to the flat cars, I do have the ability to switch things around, put different trailers with other trailers and mix match stuff and change things around, just like they did with the real train. I'm leaving that option open for myself, but for my first time that I ever run this train, there's a really nice order of equipment that I want, and these trailer trains are in that order right now. And it's actually taken from a video of this train back in July of 2013, I believe. I think it was July. It's not going to be exact to that because there was certain things that I want with certain things. So, you know, of course I'm going to make it exactly how I want it. At least the train order wise, it's going to be what I want. But a lot of it is based off of that particular train. And of course, like I said before, my date being nailed down has just made everything really nice now. 2013, from beginning to end, that's what I'm modeling. 2013, the caliber of equipment, the paint, that's all going to reflect how the train was in 2013. So a lot of stuff you see on here is from 2013. Now, yes, I am going to step outside that just a little bit, but not stepping forward in time. I'm stepping backwards in time, just with a couple trailers that ran in 2012 or even 2010 that didn't make it to 2013. So I'm okay with running a couple older things, but I am going to be sticking primarily with my 2013 dates. That way everything kind of is cohesive and flows with the timeline. It'll be 45 cars. Now, the real train in 2013 ran 45 cars, 45 flat cars, not including the ramp car and the passenger cars. That's just the flat cars themselves, 45 flat cars. Now, the next year, 2014, after they lost their contract with doing the New York State Fair, the top spin was dropped from the train and a car was dropped from the train. So in 2014, a lot of big changes. Train went from 45 cars to 44 cars and no more top spin. So in my mind, 2013 was the last really good year for the train. All the equipment was looking really good. They still had the top spin. The cars were still in good shape, paint-wise. These cars have been repainted quite a few times in the blue. I think throughout the history, I think the blue color lasted the longest. Starting in 2008 was the first year that those flat cars were painted blue. And that went all the way up until COVID killed it off in 2019. And the cars were freshly painted again in blue in 2019. I know they had gone through a couple repaints of the blue, but the blue cars were definitely the longest lasting. Is that my favorite paint scheme for the cars? No. My favorite paint scheme is from the early 2000s when these cars were orange with silver trucks. I think that was just fantastic looking, and I do really kick myself in the ass for not sticking with that era. I really wish I could go back in time and kind of police myself a little bit more on my timeline early on and do the orange flat cars with the silver trucks. Now, yes, I could easily do that because I haven't painted the cars yet, but they're not going to look correct with the equipment. And I can tell you right now, I am not going to go back and repaint anything that I don't absolutely have to. And if I were to take it back that far, some of the stuff would get a full repaint. And it's just, I'm never going to finish the train if I do that. So I really had to kind of really pick a time where my stuff kind of worked. Because doing this project, I had older photos, so that's kind of what I started from, like early 2000s stuff. That's why I got those orange flat cars, just because they were orange. And then, as the years progressed, this has been a multi-year project, and I have had to update paint on a few things over the years. My earlier self kind of wanted to do kind of keep up with the times every year. I wouldn't get new videos of this train until later in the summer, even into the fall and winter, when people who videoed this train throughout the whole summer would finally be posting those videos. So I would kind of be behind time in my updates. But then I would, if I saw something that changed paint, and I didn't have it built yet, I would kind of update the paint on it. So some of the stuff has been painted quite a few times, just like the real equipment. And that's just been a huge part of my time is painting. My first initial mistake that I made with painting this train was I painted it all with flat, matte, water-based paints. And nothing was shiny. And then I finally got to see some nighttime videos of this train and seeing lights shine off of everything. So I basically lost a whole season of working on this train to just painting stuff, repainting stuff with gloss paints. So painting has been a massive pain in my ass for this whole project. More time consuming than building any of this stuff. Like even some of the more complicated stuff like that, building that stuff, the paint by far has been my biggest time eater on this project. And so I basically, with me just last year, even early this year, still in my mind that I wanted to update all the paint for 2019, and then kind of looking at what I had for equipment and what they didn't have anymore. I'm like, oh god, I'm going to be losing a lot of equipment that I don't want to lose because it's stuff that I took time to build. So I basically had to really look at what I had and really narrow it down. So it was a lot of mental back and forth with myself on that. because I do want as much stuff on this train as possible. Honestly, I'm even probably going to have to push this train to 46 cars just to fit everything that I want to fit, because I am kind of dipping down into the 2010, 2012 a little bit for some stuff that I initially built for back then, and I still want to run. So, constant war with myself in my head, but having the 2013 date overall, having that be my overall cap, nothing newer than 2013. Trying not to get too crazy with things pre-2013. Has been nice. It's really kind of leveled me out a little bit for the project. I can concentrate a little bit better on things, and I'm feeling better about the future of the project. I'm not just constantly, the stuff that's out here, a few things still need to be finished up. Like, I'm still working on this 53-foot trailer. You guys can see the back kind of fell off because it's not glued on right now. But that was just kind of on there to get a feel for things, so I still got to finish that. My couple spot fillers there that I have to build the actual trailers for. A lot of work, it's a lot of work. I still have a long way to go. I am going to try to persevere through the fall into the winter months of staying steady on working with stuff. Now, eventually I'm going to hit a point where I just want to take a break. Whenever that is whenever I feel like it. But right now I'm in the mood where I really want to get some things built. I want to get some things done, get some things painted. Some of that stuff that you guys have already seen, like that container and that container back there. Full repaint on that. Full repaint on the couple of the Ferris wheel trailer stuff. So I definitely want to get the stuff that I've had to go back and redo done for sure before I take a break. But I am currently working on some new stuff too, so that's pretty exciting. Next video is going to be of what I'm currently working on for the train, and updating you guys on that stuff. But basically this will just kind of show off all the trailer trains that are going to be a part of the Carnival train. And this, like I said, I kind of picked from a certain video from 2013 of the lineup of equipment that I liked, and then I tweaked a few things here and there to make it look even better for myself, as far as like just what trailers need to be with what trailers and in what line I want stuff to be. Like on, just for example, the train that I am kind of going after, the order of equipment that I'm going after, this flat car, that one, and that one were all on a trailer. We're all in a trailer train together, just like that, just like how they are. But they were not behind that set of generators. They were behind that mix match set of generators. And I really like how these look, and this is a really pretty lineup, and I wanted those to be behind the real pretty generators. So, just basically using that video for some reference, and then making my own changes to make it look pleasing for me. So yeah, just a lot of behind the scenes stuff like that, guys. A lot of boring, just taking trailers on and off. Had to modify a lot of dollies. Some of this stuff is still hooked with dollies. Some of the dollies have their tongues removed and stowed underneath. So, also the whatever trailer had a certain color of dollies. These wheels are all different colors. Some of these dollies are really old and beat to shit, and some of the wheels are dirty, like on those. Some of them are a 5-hole disc. Some of them are a 6-hole disc. Some of them are a Dayton 5-spoke. Some of them are a 2-hole disc. Some of them are different colors. So, just a lot of little detailed stuff like that. Trying to stick with the 2013 era of what trailers had what dollies and where they were at on the train and stuff like that. So, but this is just kind of a cool view. I haven't seen this in a long time, at least over 3 years, because I haven't had any of this equipment out on flat cars in 3 years, or little over 3 years actually. So I definitely wanted to kind of build my trailer trains again, kind of get some established orders of equipment here, and figured I'd show you guys. So there you go, my trailer trains. Other than just kind of finishing up a few trailers here and there, the trailer trains are looking really good. And like I said, I got some other projects we're working on as well, so I'll show you that on the next video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and until next time, take care.